Well, we're live. It's Internal Bleeding. It's Chris McCarthy from Internal Bleeding. Chris Pravelis is supposed to be joining me, but his dog got out, and now he's down the block chasing after the dog. So that may take a little while.
I'm gonna get a small stand so I don't have to.
How's everybody doing? Jimmy, let me see that rat. Bring him on screen, bud. You guys want to see something cool?
It's a rat.
It's a rat!
This is my pet rat named Shady. Shady, say hi.
That's Shady.
Yeah, it's Shady. I have Sunny, too.
Sick.
I'll show Sunny.
Nice. How's everybody doing out there, man? It's a beautiful day on Long Island. So nice, in fact, that we decided to let the dog run down the street. And, yeah, Pravelis is chasing after the dog now. What are you guys doing this weekend, man? Everybody's bored as fuck home, I'm sure. Artie, what's up, man? Fuck! Nice. Pravelis she'll be joining me shortly. We have a few drinks on deck. Take some of you guys Q&A if you guys want, or if you guys just want to bullshit for a little bit. We're going to be sitting in the backyard. I'm going to have myself a smoke as soon as Chris comes back. And we'll just chill and hang out with you guys, man. We're going to fucking do this anyways. I live in the apartment attached to Chris's house. So I'm just going to be hanging out anyway. So.
Here's Sunny.
That's the other rat. Oh, here we go. Sunny.
Sunny, say hi. Sunny's a little shy. Yeah, you just...
Sunny's a boy?
Yeah, both of them are boys.
Don't let him poop on my shirt. Oh my God, is he going to poop on me?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, this is an expensive shirt. Duster's back, and so is
Duster loves
and so is the boss. And I have a rat on my shoulder.
and Duster.
And Duster's gonna eat the rat right off my shoulder. Hey guys.
Hey Amanda. Hey Josh. What's up, brother?
And there's Dusty. He's
about
back.
to have some Henry McKenna right now.
He's back.
Whiskey. Now, excuse me, I'm gonna watch Jacksepticeye, Chris.
Can you grab the rat off of me? Rodent fest. Please don't let the dog eat the rat off my chest and my shoulder. It would be terrifying.
No. Dustin doesn't know what to do.
It's my only white shirt as well, of course. And
so what's everybody doing? Anybody? Hey Lorinda, how are you?
Jimmy, come get the rat off me.
Jim, yeah, get the rat, James.
Oh, he's pooping on me.
Oh, crap, wait, what? Oh, yeah, he is.
Oh, get him off me! Get him off me!
Come on, James.
Oh my God, the fucking rat shit on me.
Al, what's up? What's the haps, baby?
That's fucking disgusting. Ah!
Hey, Joe, man, what's going on? Mark, how you doing? My rat just shit on Chris, so he's changing. What's everybody up to? How's everybody doing out there? Kind of rough, huh? With the quarantine?
Well, that's the first time a rat ever shit on me. That was horrifying.
All right. So,
But it's pretty dry.
yeah, it's just nuggets of brown stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I have a lot of trail mix. So what are you guys doing out there, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, thanks.
What'd you do last night?
I got fucked up in the basement and watched wrestling. Oh.
I got completely hammered, made some steak, watched Ozark Season 3, Out of Control. Have you watched it yet?
I only watched the first 2 seasons, man. I fucking canceled Netflix a few months ago because I wasn't really using it. But
It's good.
now with fucking Tiger Prince and all that, I guess I gotta watch that horse shit.
Yeah. It's definitely good.
But yeah, fucking what's his name? Jay Bateman. That's like my favorite actor. I love him.
He's a good actor, too. He's not just a crappy-ass actor.
Yeah, I love him.
So,
Nobody asking no questions?
yeah, what's going on? I guess everybody's just hanging out.
Hey, Dad.
Oh.
You still haven't gave me the $100 for taking down the tarp?
Oh,
Whoa.
God. Stop. Can you please shut the gate before he escapes
Oh, it's
again?
open again, yeah.
Good.
What's up, Ian? How you doing, brother?
Who's gonna watch WrestleMania tonight and tomorrow, man?
Not me.
That guy.
I am. I'm excited. It's the only thing I've been excited about.
So anybody, a lot of people watching. Oh, Mike. Wear the shirts, dude. Are they done? You're supposed to drop them off today, I think, right?
We're broke, dude. We need to sell some shit online.
Yes, we do.
Everybody's watching. Nobody's asking any questions. Hey, Marco. Ciao, man. Hope
Polo.
everything's okay.
Hi, Duster. You can come outside now.
Where's Steve?
Dusty's back. That was an adventure.
Chris, now everybody's watching. Anybody got any questions here? We're having a one-sided conversation.
Doesn't necessarily have
with
to be
you folks.
questions, man. Just say what's up, man. Fucking tell me what you guys are doing out where you guys live, man. You guys smoking? You guys drinking? You guys
Andrew,
watching TV? You guys
what's
fucking...
up, man? How you doing, brother?
Wait, I'm
What are you
gonna
guys
watch
doing,
your
man?
live stream.
We need all the eyes we can get, Jimbo.
Alright, I'm gonna watch you guys.
Shut that door, please. Oh, I'll do it.
So anybody drinking? I know some people are smoking. I know Andrew is smoking. Right?
It's legal where all these folks live.
Most of the people. Got a lot of people watching. Nobody asking questions.
They know it all already. They know we rock.
All right, so I'll ask you a question.
Sure, hit me. Shoot.
Go ahead, shoot. What do you think is your favorite riff from our last album?
Oh, good question. I think partial because it's maybe the first one I ever wrote for IB. The end of Failed Dependency. Bam, bam, bam,
Yeah, it's a good riff. Yeah.
That was the first one I ever wrote for the band that got accepted as IB canon. So
That's a great riff too. I love that riff.
that's my favorite one. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good riff. Yeah.
It means the most to me. It's like the first
Okay.
one that, you know.
Yeah.
What about you?
My favorite riff?
On the album.
Oh my God, I don't know. I think the slam part in
What's the channel name?
it's YouTube. It's
Yes.
internal, not YouTube. It's Facebook.
Facebook,
Internal
yeah.
Bleeding.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. Sorry, you don't have it.
Oh, Jimmy Facebook.
If somebody has a YouTube channel out there, shout out me. I don't even know why.
What? My favorite riff.
Clayton, I just sent your shit out today, dude. Sorry about the fucking label mix-up.
What's up, Clayton? What's going on, dude? I was almost gonna wear your guys' freaking shirt today, but it was in the wash. The riff that goes dun 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 dun.
Litany of Insincerity.
Dun dun.
Yeah,
That's my
a good
favorite
one.
riff.
That's a fun one.
That's
I
my
don't think we
favorite.
ever played that live yet.
No, we haven't. That's my favorite riff on the album. Because it's just like that's like something I would have written in 1992, and somehow I pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So-
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, listen, dude. I mean, I'm
What's up,
partial.
Timmy?
That's it's the first album that I was technically on that I wrote for. I love it. I love every song on that CD. It means a lot to me, dude.
Oh yeah, me too. Believe me. I'm very proud of the album.
Listening back, there's a couple things I would maybe play a hair different, or accent them different, or a different fill here, or a different one or two different things. But for the most part, I love 99.9% of the album.
Yeah, me too. I think I would have changed my solo a little in Corrupting at the end, but not much. But I had a couple of ideas after I recorded it and thought it was good. So I was like, but you can't regret everything. So
No. Oh wow, look at us. We're online. Oh, there's 108 comments. How come we're not seeing them on there?
why aren't we seeing the comments? Okay, so you got to watch. Is there a way for us to see? Oh, we have to do this, I think.
Chris McCarthy's watching.
Oh,
Wow, look at us. We're online.
Hold on.
There's 108
No.
comments. How come we're not seeing
For some
Inception.
reason, for some reason we can't see the comments.
I'll check them on this
Oh wait,
fucking
do we
page.
hit finish? No, that
No,
finished.
don't hit-
All right, so you read off the comments then. That's pretty wild. We're watching ourselves.
How do I... Oh, comments off. Comments.
Hold on, we're trying to get our comments going here.
Uh-oh. No, I don't know how to do this. All right, so fuck it.
We can't see comments?
No, I'm going to just pull them up on this one. I'm going to lower
All right.
the volume because
All
it's
right.
distracting. Clayton says, what's up, babies? Clayton, how you doing, brother? Check out Depulsed, everybody, from Las Vegas. Sick-ass fucking band.
Hell yeah.
Really good live. Really good guys to tour with.
Except that Jose Lopez dude. He's a
piece
fucking
of trash.
scumbag.
Sexual deviant. But yeah, no, they were fucking awesome, and they really helped us out when we had some issues with our gear
Oh,
and
dude, they
stuff.
saved our lives.
Saved the whole tour, basically. So props to Depulsed. Check them out.
Love you guys. Can't wait till we play again, man. We had such a good time. What else we got? Oh, we got
Aaron
lots-
says he's pairing cheap bourbon with expensive drums in Florida.
That's good.
That sounds fun.
We like cheap bourbon and expensive drums.
Josh Snover, you got the long sleeve from me? Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you grabbing that, dude. That's it's a big fucking help, dude. I don't know. Do we have any merch online left over from anything?
No, we are making we have plenty on our merch store. But none of that merch that we posted. But we are getting new shirts like this week or next that we'll be putting online that have that new design that we were posting with the weird looking techno looking priest guy. So that's going to be available, I think, next week. I think Mike is supposed to.
I heard through the grapevine that looks like a transformer.
Oh, well, who cares?
Anyway, Eric asks if we were going to remaster
Eric
the first
Tate?
3 records. Yes.
Eric, we're in the here's the deal with the first 3 records.
Do the first 3 count as Voracious, Extinction, and
Driven.
Okay.
Right. So those records are, here's the whole story. Those records are currently owned by Pavement Music. We are negotiating with them to get them back and into our possession so we can have complete control over them and re-release them. We don't know whether we want to re-release them as a 3 CD set. That would be really sick, or like a box vinyl set, like 3 vinyls. We don't know yet, but the negotiations are ongoing. It's gonna happen. It's just gonna take time. We're dying to re-release them. I can give you some if you want. Here.
I'll have a little sip. It's afternoon, right?
Yeah.
I only woke up like an hour ago.
What else we got? Hope that answers your question, bro.
I would love to have a remastered Driven to Conquer. It's literally my favorite album. It was my favorite album before I was ever in the band. It's a fucking landmark in crossover, heavy metal, hardcore, deathcore, whatever you want to call it. It's a very important record. Hi, Steve. I'm sure you're watching. Steve Worley, our singer.
Happy birthday, Steve. Everybody wish Steve a happy belated birthday.
Yeah, his birthday was Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember.
I think it was Wednesday.
But
he's 11.
He's a young man. So happy birthday, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Wish we were in Europe doing bad things.
What we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Drew Roberts asks, favorite city to play outside of New York? In America?
L.A.
L.A. or Denver is always banging. And I want to say Berlin is always off the fucking chain for us.
Berlin's... Oh, wait. He said outside the USA or inside?
Outside of New York.
Oh, outside of... Well, then there's always Indonesia.
Indonesia's the death metal capital of the world, man. Fucking, we played to like 9,000 people last time we were there. It looked like a fucking toilet bowl of humans being flushed.
Yeah, it was great.
It was fucking unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, I think... you know what?
I don't know. I love Berlin. I love Los Angeles.
London surprised me last show.
London comes out pretty hard, dude. We played there 3 or 4 times since I've been in the band, and it's always pretty wild.
Last one was pretty off the hook. Sold
good.
out.
Switzerland always shows us mad love, too.
Yeah, Switzerland's great. We love Switzerland.
John Amatuli reminds us that we're not 6 feet apart. It's all right. My brother, the doctor, said it's okay.
John Amatuli, see this? This kills everything. Have you had McKenna yet? It is so good, and the price is reasonable. Get it before the rich people find out that it's really good bourbon and start hoarding it.
Chris House says something about his wedding from last year where the registrar, I guess the overseer of the wedding, was mortified by our music or something.
Yes. Chris told me about that.
Please send me a video of that if you have footage of
Chris
of a regular person being mortified by our...
Chris also had a birthday cake made for him. Chris House. I should show you.
From London.
Yeah, from England. With the birthday cake was the Perpetual Degradation demo cover.
Wow.
It's pretty sick. It's somewhere on our page.
Rob McGuire, what's up, brother?
What's up, Rob? How are you, bro?
My God, Chris McCarthy versus Schlack, make it happen. It'll never happen because Schlack will kick my ass unmerciful.
Yo, unmercifully?
And, I mean, I could take a few lumps, man, but I mean, I definitely don't want to be hit with any sort of like light tubes in my eyeball.
Or stapled.
Stapled in my forehead. Schlack is the greatest professional deathmatch wrestler on planet Earth. I would never fuck with him. Next planned Island show, James Natali, one of my high school buddies. We're supposed to be playing, it was like a week or 2 ago here on AMH. I'm sure it'll get rescheduled for over the summer.
We're looking at August. I'm
talking
to the promoter. I'm talking to the promoter. We're hoping for August, but right now, nothing's opening up, man. There's just, nobody's got any word. No promoters want to pull the trigger on anything, so it's just hunker down. And Chris and I have been writing new music and you know, doing what we can. And
new stuff's coming out good, man. We're fucking that last album, Corrupting Influence, is gonna be tough to top. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's gonna be a fucking challenge to top it.
I think we can.
But I think we're obviously gonna work as hard as we can on it. And we got like 3 or 4 songs worth of really cool stuff so far, and a bunch of other ideas.
It's IB, but even more.
Yeah. Timmy Becker says for me to pass that blunt. I gladly will. Timmy's one of my fucking brothers from California.
He's the bro.
One of our fucking biggest fans on planet Earth. He's got an IB tattoo. He always fucking comes out hard as fuck whenever we're on the fucking West Coast, man. He fucking tattooed Steve's head, the fucking logo on Steve's head. Props to you, Timmy, and your whole family, dude. We love you, man.
Josh Snover. Look, dude, keep it American for this. I love Irish whiskey too, especially Bushmills Black, but let's keep it American. So finish the turkey and keep it American with your next bottle.
There's something about Irish whiskey that makes me want to uppercut people.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna polish this off next. This is another good one. I have a little bit left. It's Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirits, very excellent bourbon.
Larry asks us to make fat guy sizes in t-shirts. We do, man. I'm in the band. I always make sure we have 2 and 3X's and stuff, dude.
No, we even when we make like 4X is like we can't make a ton of them, and when we do make them, they sell out real fast. So
one time, my old band, Without Remorse. Well, it's also my current band, but my original band that I started, Without Remorse, we were on tour in 2007 or 8, and this was during the Southern rap movement era. So we decided to make 6XL tall T-shirts, and they all sold. Of
hey,
course,
Eric.
I'm like down south and all that. Ben Jackson from Cali. Is that Ben watching? What's up, Ben? Good to see you, brother.
Ben.
We had a good time on tour with you and the boys.
Fuck yeah.
Ian said he watched a show of us in Japan. So sick. Wish we were in the Motor City. Cheers, Ian. Good to hear from you, bro.
The Motor City, Harpo's, where the roof falls on your head when you're playing and the rain comes through the rafters.
Yeah, that's the Japan. If you guys are bored after this, scroll through the fucking Facebook page. Last night we posted a full hour-long
Pro shot
HD quality concert from when we played in Tokyo last November. It's the full set. And soundboard quality. It's really cool. So check that out if you guys haven't. Krishna, cheers from Indonesia. Cheers, man. Hopefully we come back, dude. Like we said, it was one of the wildest shows we've ever played. Us and Asking Alexandria and somebody else pretty crazy. Walls of Jericho. Yeah, Suffocation. Somebody else notable.
And that
Gorgoroth. And then we were stuck in the middle of a fucking typhoon, dude, halfway through the
Monsoon.
day. Monsoon, whatever the fuck it was. It was horrifying. Let's see.
We got a lot of people watching here. Hey, Bob, what's up, man?
Ben says, glad we got the banner back. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we are too,
We
man.
fucking left this thing in Dallas. Well, I didn't. The fellas decided to leave this fucking thing in Dallas. Joe Sincata's watching. Hell yeah.
How's my bookie doing, Joe?
I think he's a Bet Online AG. Man.
What's the over-under on the deaths of the coronavirus, Sincata?
Thor says he needs a 5X tall tee. Yeah, dude. Next time we print shirts, we'll definitely make the 5X tall tees for y'all.
Oh, wait, I want to say something, Thor. It's pretty damn funny that you're photoshopping your face into everything. And whoever's doing it, if you're doing it or whatever, it's a funny job and it looks real.
Okay. Ian asks, what pickups do we prefer? And if you could have the pickup tech gods add anything, what would you want? I guess to customize our gear. Straight up 81, 85 EMGs, Hetfield style. That's it, man. Set them and forget them.
I use there's 2 pickups I like. I like the EMG headset, which is really good. I have in one of my guitars, and the other one is an EMG in the Horizon. Is an EMG, I think 56 and 57, which is an incredible pickup that I don't think anybody uses, and it has such clarity and depth to it. I think it's a 56 57. It's not the classic 80-81 combination. It's the 56-57. It's really good. So those are the 2 pickups I really like.
I owned a Fender Strat, of all things, a Mexican Strat with a Duncan a Duncan
Super Distortion.
No, the big things. Invader.
Invader. Yeah, the Invaders
and
are
it was
pretty good.
fucking awesome. And I'm not a dude who's like pulling guitars and shit apart and like going to be putting pickups in my guitars that already work fine. So I haven't used it in a while, but I would like to try one of my Explorers with that pickup in it. I mean, if anybody ever just threw it in and was like, "Hey, here's your Explorer with the fucking Invader in it," really sick pickups. But no, just EMGs straight up, dude. Just fucking set it and forget it, dude. There's no fucking fancy shit. I know those Fishmans are really cool. I never personally played any of our songs out of them. You know, I've tried them at like NAMM and stuff, out of nicer high-end guitars, and they seem like they're really.
But they don't
good.
have that nasty.
But
they don't give that nasty grit to
yeah,
them.
it's like too clean almost, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Steve Worley says hi. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
We miss you, baby.
We love you, baby.
Alessandro says cheers from Italy.
Ciao, man. I hope everything's okay over there.
Ciao, fratello. Hopefully all things are going well and your family's safe and healthy.
We know Italy's getting hit hard, worse than New York City, and New York City's getting creamed. And
it's getting bad, dude. One of my friends is actually a funeral director, and he said in Brooklyn that he's actually doesn't have enough room in the fucking freezer at his funeral home at the moment for all the bodies that keep coming in. So his shit is real.
yeah, so wash your hands and stay away from people.
Oh my God in heaven. Biggest influences for the first album, Chris?
Okay,
I can't answer that one because I was in third grade.
You guys are not gonna like this. EPMD, Eric B. and Rakim, Black Sabbath, and of course the classic death metal. I mean, Suffo, Morbid Angel, all that. But really, that's a hip hop album. That first album is so much hip hop beat.
Paris Smith used to live in East Islip. I used to see him at Wall Bounds all the time.
That's kind of what we were going for. Is like try to bring that New York hip hop kind of groove to death metal, and we worked really hard on it. So we thought, whereas most bands, I think back then, most bands were and we are riff driven, but most bands back then were riff driven, but we were really beat driven. Beats were like the thing with us for the first couple of albums. It was all about beats.
And you guys had a fucking next level drummer, man. Billy was beyond his time, dude.
Billy was out of control. Yeah, Billy understood the thing. The good thing about Billy is that Billy grew up in a time when there was 70s rock, and there was also death metal, and there was also hip hop. So he was able to put those. 70s rock has a lot of great groove to it. And he's able to put some of that in it, like a lot of Bill Ward stuff. He was also able to put a lot of hip hop and a lot of like Biohazard.
I was gonna say Billy's biggest influence is Danny from Biohazard.
Right.
You could hear a lot of that with the Flams. And even I was just listening to Biohazard last night in my apartment, and I was just like, holy shit, that feels sounded like something Billy would have done. And, it makes sense.
And not to go off on a tangent, but I think it's unfair that when our first album got put out, that we got maligned or whatever as like a Suffocation clone, which, I love those guys, don't get me wrong, but they didn't have the beats and the hip hoppiness that we did. We brought a real New York City.
It sounds nothing alike to me. As far as somebody who joined the
ridiculous.
band later and being a fan first, I never went, IB sounds like Suffo. I went, IB sounds like IB, and Suffo sounds like Suffo, and Dying Fetus sounds like Dying Fetus. And
right.
They all, obviously, everybody has some sort of sonic similarities from being around at the time and similar recording techniques.
And the same area, too. Yeah, that has something to do with it.
I never thought IB was a Suffo clone at all. Other bands are, for sure, but not IB.
Well, there's plenty of IB clones, too.
Okay, if we could tour, Ian asks, if we could tour with one national and two underground bands, who would we like to go out with?
Oh, Jesus.
I'd like to tour with Code Orange. They're fucking on fire right now. And as far as two underground bands, I love Vomit Forth. And
Vomit Forth.
I love Embludgement.
I would go with the underground bands. I think I would go with Mortal Decay, who, if anybody really knows me, knows they're my favorite band. So I would tour with Mortal Decay, and either Vomit Forth or Embalmer. Vomit Forth or Embalmer would be the underground bands, and then the above ground band or the big band. I'm going to say Black Sabbath, but I guess that's not realistic. So, Cattle Decapitation. And my dream almost came true for this April. We were almost to tour with them, which would have been a dream come true because I love Travis and I love the band. And so that was kind of a dream come true for me. And, of course, it got shattered, but whatever. So I guess those would be my bands.
Who saw the rat shit on me 10 minutes ago? Anybody here for that? Chris's kid put a fucking rat on my shoulder. And
Nostrovia, Dennis.
take a dump all over me. Ron wants to know, Chris, what are you smoking?
What I always smoke. Diesel Unlimited Maduro. Boxes are cheap. They are super strong, and it's like smoking a bitter chocolate candy bar with leather wrapped around it and black pepper. It
sounds delightful.
Oh, it's awesome. It goes so good with bourbon.
And I know you didn't really ask, but this is, I don't know.
What is it, lemon haze?
No, I would prefer it, but I actually don't have access to that right now. This is Bubba Kush. Probably 2 grams of Bubba Kush in a fucking raw paper.
My wife is watching. We better keep it down.
Let's see. Al wants to know some of our favorite venues.
Wait,
to
is this
play
Al
at.
Andrews?
Al Bet.
All right. Wants to know what?
Wants to know some of our favorite venues to play at in New York when an IB was first starting out.
When we were first starting out, Wetlands. We had a couple of really good shows at Wetlands. CBGB's was really good. The Roxy on Long Island was probably the greatest.
Was that Huntington?
Huntington, yeah.
Okay.
The Roxy on Long Island was probably the greatest venue in the, I'm going to say, the tri-state area. So those I think were my top 3. Oh, and Castle Heights. So those are my top 4 in the early period of internal bleeding for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did
you ever go to Castle Heights, or were you too young for that?
I was like a year or 2 removed from Castle Heights. I really only started going to shows in like 2000. I think it was pretty much over in 2000-ish.
And where did we meet? What, in Farmingdale, right?
At the
First
downtown, my high school band From the Ashes was opening up for internal bleeding and GFY, and I'm playing on stage, 10th grade, 11th grade, the Sunday afternoon matinee show with hardcore metal bands and new metal bands and stuff. 2000, maybe. And, a sea of pretty much kids, and then in walks 7-foot Chris Pravelis with his 2 guitars in his hand, and he's watching us on stage, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the guy from IB. Oh, wow. And I see him nod his head to a couple of the parts, and I'm like, all right, cool. And it's cool. And then IB played, and I actually tore my pants moshing. And, I befriended the guys just from living around the area and being one of the only kids that was really into death metal at the time in 2000, early 2000, 99. And my friends ever since, and it's kind of just happened. Now I'm here. It's
been good.
My favorite IB show that I ever went to was this place called Scooters, where Chris showed up late because it was Greek Orthodox Easter.
That's right. I remember that.
IB and all of us in our fan base beat the shit out of a bunch of bikers that fucking decided that they were going to be trying tough guys in the mosh pit, and we just fucking lit them up.
That was great. And Jerry really egged them on, too.
It was great. It was phenomenal.
Hey, Maureen.
And after that, I fucking went, this is the greatest band on planet Earth.
Maureen, where is the mayor? You're watching, but why isn't the mayor watching? I want answers now. What else we got? We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I missed a few. When can we expect another Slam Dungeon practice? Is a question from our friend Drew Roberts.
Drew, I think we're trying for like May.
Yeah, it's tough, man, especially with this pandemic thing to get everybody here. But Kyle lives 6 hours away upstate. It's not Albany.
Ryan's an asshole.
Ryan lives in Delaware. It's 4 hours away. Steve lives in Tennessee. It's 12 hours away. So it's tough to fucking get everybody on the same page now. But these are the dudes that we want in the band, and so we're trying to get some dudes up here in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we were talking like the first or second week in May to get together and jam. So if we do, we're gonna do a live practice, and we're also gonna go live for a hangout. I really miss everybody. I mean, you and I Chris and I live together. He lives downstairs. I'm his goddamn landlord. But we barely see each other. He's busy working. I'm busy working. We never see the guys. We all want to get together. I mean, we love being in a band, but our friendship is really important. I mean, that's one of the things that make, like, we go on tour, and you'll attest to this. We laugh from day one to the end, and it's just nonstop laughter, which is one of the biggest, I think, ingredients.
A lot of that is just as important as being able to play the songs good and going on tour and everything. If I don't want to fucking hang out with you in a fucking little moving box of fucking filled with farts for fucking 6 weeks, I don't want to fucking be in the band with you. But everybody's cool as fuck, dude. So
except for Kyle, who sleeps the whole time.
He's a real cranky jerk. Nico wants to know what our dream tour is. I mean, everybody could say a Slipknot and Metallica and things like that, but I mean, straight up, who does not want to see the Internal Bleeding, Dying Fetus, Suffocation Tour finally happened.
I
don't know
agree.
why it hasn't happened yet. It needs to happen. It will happen one day, I'm sure. It just Dying Fetus, Suffo, IB Tour should happen. Like,
I agree.
I can't believe it
That
hasn't
would be a
happened yet.
sick tour. I'd actually like to. I really want to secretly, not secretly, but I really want to do a tour with Incantation. I fucking love Incantation. So anyway, I had to get it off my chest because John McEntee's probably one of the coolest dudes in the world, and I remember when Billy died, he sent me a really great email about it, and I'll never forget it. And I'm a huge fanboy of Incantation,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, I would love to play with them.
That's really nice.
Tour with them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kylie says, loved us in Phoenix despite the shit sound. Yeah, that was a rough one, man. I actually almost punched the sound guy right before we played.
Oh, Phoenix. Oh, feedback Phoenix.
That was a rough one, but thanks for coming out, man. We had a good time, and the venue was cool and everything. I think we sold a fucking ton of shirts too.
Oh my God, yeah.
But sound was a rough one. New IB 2020, Alexander Connor Brown wants to know. It's looking like next year, hopefully. I mean,
Chris,
end of next year, I don't know, dude.
I'm gonna drop something to you. I sent the new song to Connor. I don't call him Alexander. I call him Connor. He's my
Yes,
guy.
I know.
Remember, I said the guy.
Met him
Right.
in London.
He loves it.
Good fella.
He loves it. So we're on the right track.
Yeah, we appreciate his input. He's a
Yeah,
great guy.
Connor, dude, you're my sounding board, brother. If you think it sounds good, because I send you all my experimental parts and all that stuff, and you give me the honest shit, and I appreciate it because sometimes I live in a room of mirrors and all I see is me. Not to quote Jimi Hendrix, but
Eric from Dysentery says, "What's up?
Oh,
my
Eric,
brother?
what's up, brother?
Hopefully you and the family are good up in fucking Boston, kid, or wherever the fuck you guys live."
he's packing the car in Harvard Yard.
James Natali said he's got to run and work on his Jeep, but he'll be blasting the WR album to it. Oh, thanks, dude. We haven't put an album out in almost 10 years. One day we will. I think I've had 8 songs that I never put out that me and Matt wrote some time ago.
Hey, Phil.
This is great. This is fun, man. We got a lot more fucking viewers on here than we do on Instagram or anything else. We're glad you guys are hanging out, man. And when numbers are kind of starting to dwindle, so we'll get to the meat of this shit. How's everybody doing out there, man? What are you guys doing this weekend? I know there's not a lot of options. Gary P. Milton says, "Go Raiders." Fuck yeah, dude. I was kind of hoping we would get Tom Brady, but it didn't fucking work out.
One day, dude. One day we'll be back on top.
Johnny wants to know when we're coming back to Oakland. As soon as we're allowed to tour, man. It's one of our... Honestly, that's what I should have said, dude. Bay Area.
Oh, Bay Area. Rules.
When somebody asked us where our fucking favorite place to play outside of New York is, it's the Bay Area, dude. We come out there once, twice a year, every year for the last 5 or 6 years that I've been in the band, and the shows are banging, and the hospitality is banging, and the love out there is just banging.
Yeah,
so we love everybody in the Bay.
What
dude.
was in it? The Elbow Room. Wasn't that when we played the last?
Elbow
that
Room in
show was
Oakland.
packed. It was
Smoke
sold
Room.
out. It was incredible.
Albert says, "Hey guys, hi Albert."
Hey, Albert.
What's
What's up, Jordan? How are you doing, bro?
Bob Shaw, my brother from Canada. What's up, Bobby? He wants to know, Chris, if you had one Sabbath song to listen to for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, Bob. All right. I think Wheels of Confusion is the greatest Sabbath song ever written. It's the first song on Volume 4, and there's a whole setup part in the middle that goes into a riff that goes dan 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 dan. That riff is great, but the build up to that is like, oh my God! I wish I could afford to do that much cocaine to build a setup like that. One of the greatest riffs and setups ever written. Period. So Volume 4, Wheels of Confusion. That would be the song I'd listen to over and over again. Oh. And I do listen to it. I listen to it every single day. And let me add for Volume 4.
Wow, there's a lot of other questions I haven't gotten to yet.
Okay, forget it. Go. Sorry.
Chris, what was your involvement with the making of the album Onward to Mecca and your... I'm sorry, I lost the fucking question now because there's so many.
All right, that's okay.
Your involvement in the writing of Onward to Mecca, and though you were not technically in the band at this time, the details on the hiatus and breakup right after the release of this album. I can touch on some of that too because I was close to that.
It's kind of messy, and I wrote a good portion of the album along with Guy and Frankie Mitz. He wrote a lot of it too. I don't know. I left the band because, how do I explain this? I left the band because at that time, not only because I was starting my own business, which is one of the reasons I left the band, because I needed to focus on starting my business, but I had been so beaten down by the when Driven to Conquer ended. I was so beaten down by all the bullshit in the industry. Okay, the bad reviews, the getting ripped off by fucking Pavement Music, everything. I was so depressed, and I was at rock bottom, and I had to walk away. And Guy and I wrote a lot of those songs, and then I gave it over to Jerry, and Frankie Mitz took over and did a great job, and we had a great relationship, and I stayed involved. I did the album cover design. I did that little acoustic piece. I forgot, at the end of This Day I Fight, I think it is. I don't. Yeah, I did a little acoustic piece. It was just a really difficult time for me personally. I don't like to think about it, and I'm getting a little emotional about it. So I don't want to talk about it anymore. You can go ahead.
No, I mean, that's really it. I loved the band, too, at that point during the Onward to Mecca era, too, as a fan. And my friends were the dudes in the band, and I worked with them in a restaurant. And that's kind of how I'm connected to these dudes. And, the ball just started rolling this way, and their version of the band dissolved. And, 5-6 years later, Chris and Billy decided to put it back together in 2010 and 11. And, it's taken its fucking shapeshift since then, of course. And we're in this current formation of the band. But here we are. And, I think every album speaks for itself. Every album has a certain cool lineup. Every album is great in its own way.
Yeah.
Onward to Mecca is fucking awesome. I mean, it's some of Billy's finest drumming, honestly, is on that album.
For a while, I wouldn't deal. I didn't want to deal with that album from an emotional standpoint, but over the past 5 years, I've come to accept how good it is, and how I think it really signaled deathcore, if you ask me.
I think Driven to Conquer is a little more responsible for it, but it gave a much more clearer picture of what the mosh oriented way that the 2000s were going, and that album did it flawlessly. Moving on.
And yeah, Billy's drumming was incredible.
It's one of the top 2 or 3 albums of his drumming, honestly, in my opinion. Wow, we got a lot of questions, man.
Okay.
Holy shit that we missed.
Awesome.
We'd love to see us tour with Integrity. Honestly, touring with Integrity would be awesome. That's a sick fucking band.
That would be sick.
They would be really fucking cool to go on the road with.
Andy, what's up, brother?
Holy shit, so many questions.
Andy, I remember me and you talking politics at Central Illinois Metal Fest. I think that's the first time I ever met you.
Bob Shaw, of course I am watching WrestleMania tonight and tomorrow, sir. As soon as this is over, I'm going to go get myself some fucking dinner, and I'm going to watch WrestleMania with my roommate for the rest of the night. I think the AJ and Undertaker match is actually going to be cool despite no crowd. I think they're going to do it in a graveyard or something. That actually might be awesome. I think the Edge and Randy Orton match is going to be awesome. I think Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins will make it entertaining somehow. And the rest of the card might fucking stink. That's just how it is. Marco says, hello, Chris and Chris. And he wants to say the...
Marco Finco?
He does, yes. Okay. Marco says the lyrics of Focus are awesome, and he loves the video, too. Thanks, man.
Thanks, brother.
We like that. We actually, we were in a bad time after Billy passed away, and we were sitting around and we were like, not every song has to be about revenge or doom and gloom or death or guts.
Yeah.
So we were like, Driven to Conquer's not. Driven to Conquer's about power and success.
Self-empowerment,
You know?
right.
So we were kind of like, let's do another song like Driven to Conquer. And that's kind of how the lyrics of Focus were. So me and Chris and Joe Marchese at the time, he was singing on the record.
In your car.
We got in my Elantra, the Elantra of creativity, and we backed it into Chris's driveway here, and we baked it out, and Chris brought a bottle with him, and we sat around, and we were just like, let's think of powerful lyrics, you know?
I think we wrote literally that song lyrically and musically. We wrote that song so fast.
Yeah, it all came together really quick.
And
I think that's my favorite one on the album, actually. It hits right to the point.
Maria!
I get to sing on it a lot, so.
How you doing?
But thanks, man. Thank you for the compliment. And we actually filmed the video stone's throw from where we're sitting right now on the side of the... It was Mark Davis's tax grievance company building, but now it's a smoke shop. But it has a cool American flag, like graffiti thing. Painted
We
on the
had
side.
a good time doing that video.
It was really fun, man.
Remember the comment? Please stop making video.
Tony Slippers, if you're still watching, my man. We used to work together at the Emporium.
Keith, what's up,
Sick
brother?
fucking hip hop artist from Pat Jog. Check out Tony Slippers if you like that hard shit.
He kicks ass.
The solo and Focus is so creamy.
Thank you.
That's by your friend, by somebody, JC.
Thanks a lot. I am hell bent on putting like super melodic, like blues based solos into IB songs. Giving IB songs that Sabbath touch. So next album will have more of that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've never been looked at myself as a soloist. It's funny, you know, when Guy Marché was in the band. Guy Marché is probably
Once and for all, how do you actually pronounce his last name?
Marché.
Okay.
Probably one of the greatest musicians I've ever met. And when he heard the solo in Focus, he texted me one day and he said, dude, nice solo. And that was like a high point in my life because I had never really done a solo before. And he liked it. And for Guy to like something that I did, who I look up to, even though he was in the band with me, and him and I wrote riffs together, for him to say that was huge for me. So I'm doing more. There's going to be more on the next album.
He's one of my favorite guitar players of all time, too, man. I mean, and he's a big reason I'm actually in the band. When they were looking for a guitar player to fill in on the 2013 tour, Chris, I guess, was asking around the community, and Guy said, hey, why not Chris McCarthy from Without Remorse?
That's right.
So, thanks to Guy.
Guy's the
Appreciate
man.
that.
Guy
Love my
Marché
friend.
is one of the few people I know. If you sit down and tell Guy, you go, Guy, play jazz. Boom, he'll play jazz. Guy, play country. Boom, he'll play country. And he'll write a song around it in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's a really talented dude, man.
Super talented musician.
Oh, those Shuffle albums that he's on are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Another great question. What is our creative process? I mean, you're looking at it. Pretty much, no, I mean, we sit around, we play riffs. If I'm sitting in the basement and I hear something that I'm playing, I go, oh, let me expand on that. And then I'll bring it upstairs. And sometimes it'll work into something that Chris already has going. Or Chris will text me in the morning, I woke up at 2 a.m. with an entire song in my head, and it'll be brilliant and prolific, and we'll have to almost change nothing. So it depends, really. A couple different ways it hits us.
Chris and I have an interesting dynamic because I can admit that I'm an old bastard. So like I'll write a lot of riffs, and then Chris will come and say, "This riff rules. Can we change this tail and do this?"
Right,
and
let's repeat the beginning part twice, or let's do this 4 times and
I'd say
slow it down.
I'd say
or
it's a
something
lot
like
of
that.
a lot of back and forth.
For the most part, you'll come up with a beautiful entire shell of a song that I'll only have to go, oh, let's just do that faster, or put double bass under that part, or that should be a blast beat, or that should be this beat. You know, it's pretty cool.
We bounce a lot. I think there's a great example in this new song that we're writing. I wrote this riff, which I really like, and Chris loved it. But he came in and he said, "Let's try this," you know. And we tried it. You know, we're sitting in front of my computer trying it, and his version of my riff was way better. You know, I was like, I heard it and I was like, yeah, that's what I was hearing, but I didn't formulate it in my head completely. So we go back and forth. Him and I can sit back and forth. Try this, try this, try this, try this. And I'm I'm sure that we have some clashes here and there, but generally we make it work, and I think it's for the better. So all egos are in check, because the only thing Chris and I care about when we're writing music is the logo back there, is the band. And
Yeah,
the
I don't
sound
care
of
if I
the
go,
band.
this song only has one of my riffs and 6 of Chris's. What the fuck? No, Chris's 6 riffs were the ones that fit this song.
Right.
So,
Or vice versa. If Chris writes 6 riffs that are great, then they're going in the song. It's all about the band. And as long as the IB sound isn't compromised, everything goes. I think.
that was a good question.
Yeah.
Liam wants to know, how did we enjoy playing Fall in the Brawl last year? Wow, we had a great grand old
Bloody
time in
fucking time.
Manchester.
Yeah.
No, it was fucking great, man. I got high as fuck before I went on stage, and
And I went
I
out.
played like a fucking maniac, and the fucking crowd was crazy.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was fun.
And I went out for a couple of drinks with my bro Tony, and we had a great time.
Oscar is watching.
The mayor is in town.
The actual mayor of Chicago is watching. Colton says, cheers from Minnesota.
Colton, brother.
Cheers, brother. We'll be back up there, I'm sure, once we can tour again.
I was just talking about you and the guys the other day when all you guys were passed out on my fucking floor in my house, and how grateful, I guess grateful is the word I am, that I could provide that kind of comfort for touring bands and stuff like that. I miss all you guys. I love all you guys. And next time you play in Amityville,
I think this
in
is a
New
different
York, you
Colton.
have
but
is it? I thought it was
It's
Colton.
a very, very heartfelt sentiment.
Sorry.
But yeah, actually, check out.
Name Colton.
I think we know 2. That fella and the other fella you're talking about. He's talking about a fella
Angel
named,
Maker.
Yeah, right, the band Angel Maker. Okay, rig rundown, quick, because we got a lot of questions, actually. I play ESP guitars, LTD guitars, usually the Explorer shape, but I've been leaning more towards the King V, the V style lately. PV amps for the most part. I have a Triple X, I have a 6505. Sometimes I use the EVH 5153 50 watt. That's the easy one to bring on tour. And we have Vader cabinets. We're sort of endorsed by Vader. I don't think they really do a thing anymore, but they gave Full Force a bunch back in the day, and we acquired 2 of them over time.
I use ESP guitars on Invective amp, a TS808 overdrive pedal, Boss NS2 noise suppressor, and that's it. We like to keep it simple, so we're not twaddling fucking dials on stage before we play.
Rob Melville. Hey, Rob, what's up, man? Wants to know if we're going to be playing any songs off Benevolence of Extinction of Benevolence in the future set list.
Yes.
We did used to play Ocular.
Ocular,
a
and
lot.
we're gonna tighten that up and replay it again.
And there's probably other couple of cool ones on there that we could do, but honestly, like, we're really trying to smash new shit. You know what I mean? We'll play the classics. We play the big ass classic songs. We'll play 1 or 2 weird oddball ones. But for the most part, if we're touring, we're gonna play stuff off Corrupting Influence. When the next album comes out, we're gonna play 4 or 5 songs off that every sec.
Yeah.
You know, just that's how it is, man. Like,
Got to move forward.
IB isn't a band that rests on
our
the
laurels.
fucking. I don't want to say that stupid fucking phrase, but IB isn't a. We don't rest on the fucking nostalgia shit, man. I mean, there is some nostalgia to it, but I think every album progressively has its own thing, and every album has different dudes on it. Unfortunately, for some of you guys, don't want to admit it or not. So we play the songs that the dudes in the band, for the most part, wrote and feel comfortable playing.
And as the anchoring member of the band, I don't want to. I mean, I love living in the past. I love playing classics, but I always want the band to move forward. I don't want to sit. You know, I mean, I know we could probably do a Voracious Contempt tour. And it's been offered to us, but I'm not doing it. It's about moving forward. It's not about, it's not about living in the past. I mean, I got Chris writing with me now.
If the new shit wasn't good and we knew it deep down, that's what we'd be doing. That we'd be playing the old stuff, and relying on it. But guess what? I hate to break it to everybody. Corrupting Influence is just as good as all the other fucking IB albums, if not better. And it's not just because I wrote it. I'm a fan first. If I fucking heard that album, I go, just as good as Driven to Conquer. This is just as good as Voracious Contempt. So if you guys don't like it, you don't gotta fucking listen to it. But that's the band in 2020.
Yep.
Like, this is what it sounds
Always moving forward. Never go backwards in life or anything. Never go backwards.
But I appreciate all of you guys that do appreciate the band in its current form and the progression that it's taken, and the fact that there are 5 other dudes in the band that aren't on those old albums. 4 other dudes, you know what I mean? Like, and it's gonna sound different, and there's gonna be different influences and different styles of playing, and
I keep my eye on everything, though.
but it
Don't
is.
worry.
It does sound like
It
Internal
sounds
Bleeding.
like Internal Bleeding.
It doesn't sound like Hatebreed.
Nope.
It doesn't sound like my other band, Without Remorse. It doesn't sound like
Right.
Ghost. It sounds like Internal Bleeding. I mean, it sounds like the version of Internal Bleeding that I had a part of writing in, but it sounds like Internal Bleeding.
Right. Exactly.
Rocco Pasilico is watching. My
Rocco,
brother.
brother. What's up, man?
Good to see you. Old school IB fan since day one, man.
Yeah, Rocco's a good man.
Let's see. Oh, man, we got so many other questions. We still got a few people watching. What time is it right now?
Lee, what's up, brother?
4:20. It's 4:20 right now.
I'm going to smoke a cigar. He's going to smoke some pot.
Thank you for Rodrigo says thank you for keeping the beat down carp out of our music and mixing.
What's carp?
I think I know what he means.
Okay.
He means crap, and he means like the
One note.
the uneventful deathcore style. We have pit parts. We certainly have mosh parts.
I think they're a
and
little more creative.
I think some of them are considered beatdowns, but I think there's a little more to it. I think playing in a standard tuning is what separates us from a lot of those bands that you're considering in your head crap beatdown.
Good point.
Alexander says, Corrupting is a classic, splendid record. Thank you, my friend. I
Thanks,
appreciate that a
Alec.
lot. It took me and Chris 3 years out of our fucking lives and a lot of our sanity.
Connor knows because I sent him every fucking song while we were writing it. What do you think of this, dude? Is this okay? Oh, man. Love you, Connor. You're
Chris,
the
how'd
man.
you come up with the band name Internal Bleeding?
Okay. I know exactly when I came up with it. I was sitting in my dad, may he rest in peace. My dad was a photographer, or an amateur photographer. He had a dark room. So I was sitting down in his dark room smoking cigarettes, thinking I was cool or whatever. And I was like, I need the heaviest name possible. What would happen if a band was so heavy, what would happen? And I said Internal Bleeding. That's really, like your guts would be crushed and everything inside would bleed. That's kind of how I came up with the name, It's that kind of easy. Then I found out it was in a bit.
It could have easily been Pants Shitter. Leather Pant Shitter.
Leather pant. Inside joke.
You guys ever go on tour with a band who wears leather pants or leather stuff on stage? Shit don't smell good. You understand? You go into the fucking green room and they got this shit hanging up
It's the stank.
and it smells like a fucking slaughterhouse. I think we're running low on questions, man. We'll maybe wrap it up in a minute or two here. We really appreciate you guys fucking chilling with us, man.
Thank
It's
you.
a beautiful day here on Long Island, New York. We're sitting outside. I know we're a little closer to each other than we should be, but we sanitize properly and all that. And
We do?
I'm glad nobody said anything about coronavirus this entire fucking time.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's actually nice. I kind of forgot about it for an hour while we were sitting here. How hard is it to combine our day jobs with touring? Well, here's the whole thing, dude. A lot of the reason why the band keeps moving and has different dudes in it for every fucking album is because some dudes get careers and they can't fucking balance the two. And some of them know right off the bat that they can't, and some of them think they can for a while, and they keep it going and they stretch it out, and it just doesn't fucking work. And there's nothing wrong with that. Jay Liff on our fucking Imperium album, he's a police officer in New York City. He has a real ass, serious ass job. He had to choose one or the other. He has a family. He chose the right choice by fucking choosing the career. Choosing death metal don't get you shit. Chris can fucking actually pull it off because he can work from his computer across the planet as his Wi-Fi. Graphic designer, he can do whatever he wants from his high-powered computer anywhere on planet Earth. It's not the same for most of us that have to fucking either dig ditches or fucking stand like this at a fucking door of a fucking club to fucking pay our bills when we're not on tour. This just is how it is.
I designed my whole life around doing this. So.
And he had to leave the band
lucky.
for 10 years to make it happen.
Right.
It's, everybody has to sacrifice, man. It's tough.
Right. Yeah, it's very tough. But it's worth it. I mean, we get to go around the world, so, it's pretty incredible. And thanks to you guys who support us,
It's
we're able to do it.
really what it comes down to, man. It's like it's an incredible trade-off. Like everybody can have a hobby, but not everybody gets to have a hobby that has reach and love to it. Like, I mean, what do we have? 100 people watching us bullshit about nothing right now? That's cool as fuck, honestly, man. And we appreciate that you guys like the music, whether it's the old shit or the new shit, or you guys like all of it. It's cool as fuck that you guys like it, man, because we work hard as fuck on it. And this is what we do, man. It's the only thing I do. I have no other skills in my entire personal
That's
life.
not true. You roll a good joint.
This is true. All right. But I don't live in a place that I can profit off that, unfortunately. This is the only fucking thing I do, man. So I appreciate that you guys fucking like the current state of internal bleeding and that you guys fucking show us love. Got a few other questions here. Chris, you driving the CUDA this weekend? By Joe. Joe Levette wants to know.
I think I'm taking it out tomorrow. I didn't expect the weather to be this nice today. I was just lamenting earlier this morning. I was like, oh, man, I wish this weather would be nicer so I can do a tune-up and adjust the carburetor and go out. But if it stays like this tomorrow, the CUDA's going out, and we'll have some video of it, baking the tires to pieces. But, yeah, that's... ever since I was in high school, muscle cars have been my thing, and they will always be my thing. So the CUDA will go out. All that horsepower has to be used, my God.
I've actually never been in the car with you.
Well, we'll have to take you out. I took Frankie Mitz out once,
Yeah?
and him and I were driving. He's like, this car's kind of cool. And then I floored it, and I went completely sideways, like for 400 feet, sideways, posy, tire spinning. He's like, whoa. He's like, I thought a Mustang GT was cool. I'm like, yeah, this is real stuff. Muscle cars rule. Anyway, whatever.
Want to close with a few of your favorite internal bleeding moments over the years?
A few of my favorite moments. Oh my God. Playing Indonesia.
I was just going to say, that's pretty much my most memorable show.
Definitely one. The first Milwaukee Metal Fest.
You guys ever see the lineup for that? Any of you youngins? I didn't get to go to that. I was a few years younger than I would have been to go to that. But look up the Milwaukee Metal Fest lineup.
And
What was that, 96?
No, 93 or 92. Okay. I can't remember.
Pretty unbelievable shit.
Yeah. And then I think the third biggest moment was we played the Amqui Death Fest in Canada. I don't remember what year it was. 93? 94? I don't remember. But I remember we played and they wanted an encore and we didn't have anything more. And we played the whole set again. It was insane. Just completely insane.
That's awesome.
Those were good times.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
Our first Netherlands Death Fest was pretty... Every Netherlands Death Fest. I don't know. There's so many good moments. I can't...
Indonesia was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for sure. I'm going to say... playing at the Whiskey in Hollywood.
That was a big deal.
And we had a pretty wacky lineup that day. We had Blue from Fit for an Autopsy on bass, and we had Angel from Demolition Hammer on fucking drums, and me and Chris, and I think Keith was on vocals, and that was pretty fun. That was a pretty wacky tour, but it was incredible that we got to play there, to be honest with you. And the show was sick. I remember walking down the stairs with my fucking guitar to get to the stage and being like, so many dudes walk down this fucking flight of stairs, you know what I mean? To fucking play on this fucking stage. Hetfield, Lemmy, everybody, you know what I mean? It's fucking awesome. So yeah, it's fucking, I'm going to say Indonesia and the playing the Whiskey for the first time in Hollywood. Those are my big...
Indonesia was like...
most memorable ones.
Indonesia was out of control. Any more questions we got?
Let's see.
I don't want to end.
I know, this is fun. We still have like 100 people watching. What time is it?
Anthony, what's up? Hot Sauce King.
Ooh, Anthony makes hot sauce?
No, he's a hot sauce connoisseur, though.
Oh,
he knows.
I love hot sauce more than most other folks, too. There's a place called Heatonist here in Brooklyn. Everything is incredible. It's a lot of shit you see on the Hot Ones, the Chicken Wing Show. You can get it.
Did you see the Hot Ones with Henry Rollins?
I don't think so. I don't know if I watched it.
He didn't even make it past like the third set of wings.
Tough guy.
Alton Brown was the best on Hot Wings. He was great.
Who?
Alton Brown?
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
He's fucking great. Timmy says the Carnival Death Tour at the Whiskey was badass. Yes, that's the show I was actually just talking about. It was us and Suffo and Cataclysm.
Cataclysm. Matt, I'll be back on Division 2 on Tuesday. So look for me. I got banned, and they took my progression and sent it way back. So hook up with it.
TJ wants to know my favorite hot sauce. It's actually something called Scotch Bonnet by Pucker Butt. It's
yeah, that's good.
It's unbelievable. Put it on wings. Put it on pizza. Put it in a little fucking ramen. Oh my god, dude! It's incredible.
Ramen?
It's insane. It's hot as fuck, but it's also delicious, and it's also tolerable. But it's good. It's got like a bee on the cover on the fucking label with like a diamond or some shit. Pucker Butt is the company.
Heartbreak Doors is another one. A good
Heartbreaking
one.
Dawns is incredible.
Yeah.
All natural shit, honestly. And you guys can get a cheap ass one at Trader Joe's. The regular ass jalapeno one is all natural, no xanthan gum or none of that other bullshit. And it's like $1.79, and you can put a straw in it and drink it. It's fucking delicious.
Put a straw in it.
Let's see. Tristan says, "What's up, Chris and Chris? Hopefully,
What's up, brother?
all is well, and we'll see us destroying club stages soon again." Yes, hopefully,
Upstate,
dude, listen.
man.
All we want to do is
upstate.
get on the road, dude. We're supposed to be in
upstate,
Europe right
too.
the fuck now. We should be in Dusseldorf or some horse shit right the fuck now, playing with cattle decapitation, man.
What's up, Liam? How you doing, brother? Anyway,
And that's that.
what else you got?
Let's see.
We don't want to go off, but if you don't ask us questions, we're not.
There's not a lot of punctuation in this, so I'm just going to read it in one shot. Chris Pervelis was awesome. You are the unique band. Make a thanks list as a track in your album. Who was the guy have that brilliant idea?
That was my idea to have the audio thanks list
Oh.
at Enter Driven Conquer.
Okay, that's awesome.
That was my idea, and we all got really like, we got drunk as fuck.
What year was that? 99?
99 at Brian Griffin's studio. We got drunk as fuck and just rolled.
Shout out to Broken Hope.
Yeah, we didn't have enough room to thank all the people we wanted to thank, so we were like, let's just do an audio thanks list and make it a hidden track on the album, and then we added all those sounds in the background and stuff like that. We had a really good time doing that. That was a lot of fun, and it's kind of a shame that everything is digital now and you don't have that weird thing where like the last song ends and it says there's 9 minutes left and you have to listen for 9 minutes to hear the track.
Yeah, why is track 9 27 minutes long?
Yeah, exactly. So those were good times. Thank you. I enjoyed that audio thanks list. It was a lot of fun to do.
As a fan from that era, I remember getting to that point and like going back and listening to it and actually finding other bands from that.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Yeah, sure.
And I remember you guys mentioning that John Gallagher from Dying Fetus had another band called, it was like Knuckle White, I think it was
Something
called.
like that, yeah.
Or Knuckle Duster or something.
Knuckle Duster, I think it
Or
was.
some shit like that. And I found it online, and it was just recycled Dying Fetus riffs with like John doing like rap vocals over it. And Frankie Mitz actually showed me. He had the demo, and it blew my fucking mind.
Wow, people keep still watching.
Yeah, I guess
We've
we're
been
still
on it
getting
for
a few
while.
questions
Yeah,
on
good.
here.
Hey, Susanna, say hi to your husband.
I got lost. Yo, seriously, who's watching WrestleMania tonight? A little bit.
Who's drinking right now during the quarantine? Seriously.
We're gonna finish up here in a minute. Actually, we're starting to lose viewers. We had a really good time chilling with you guys this afternoon, man. Go back and watch this shit. Check out a couple posts before this.
Ah,
on the IG
Zednik's
page.
on. Ah, my man. What's up, brother?
We posted a full video of us, 1 hour video of us in
Japan.
Japan, HD quality, soundboard, audio. It's off by like a hair of a second, but it's fine. It's a really great video.
We
so-
actually played good, too.
Seems like we played tight that night for some reason too. I don't know why. Yeah, so check that out. It's here on the page. A couple scrolls down before this post. Wow, I'm really stoned right now.
All right, let's see what else we got.
This thing was like this long, fucking 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, Ian, yeah, dude, the Ohio Death Fests were great.
Uh-oh, Matt Martins is watching. Shut it down.
Shut it down. Okay, we got that one. IB should have their own hot sauce, but
It's a great idea. If you guys know anybody that makes hot sauce and wants to collab, that'd be really neat. Especially in these darkened times where we can only do stuff in our kitchen and send things in the mail.
all right. Matt Bishop asks, "What are my favorite gigs from the '90s?"
Wow.
Oh my God, there's so many. The show we played with you guys in Illinois, I can't even remember where it was.
What band is that?
Lividity.
Oh.
What? I don't remember what town it was, but I was half naked when I played the show because it was 300 degrees. That was a good show. There was so many good shows. One of my favorite shows from the 90s when we played the Red Eye Lounge in Ohio was us, Immolation. I can't remember the rest of the bands, but I had 102 fever when we played the show. And I was literally like delirious. And it's online. Wallace was, Frank was in the band. That was, I think that was a highlight for me. It's on YouTube. If you type in like Red Eye Lounge 1994 or whatever, that's one of my favorite shows.
As a fan of the band before me being in the band at that time, there's a video of them. I think it's Ohio Death Fest 99.
That was a good
and
one.
it's a drum cam, I think, of Billy. It is unbelievable how good it is and how ahead of time of drumming he is in the style that he plays. It is flawless, pre everything triggered and the fucking swivelly foot fucking, wannabe fucking tappy thing. He plays so sick and so unique. So I think it's Ohio Death Fest 99. Check that out on YouTube. It's unfucking believable. As a fan of the band, I'm telling you, it's one of the pinnacles of the band.
Bill was a fabulous drummer. I mean, he never got the credit that he should get because he used to smoke people who play now, and people like Chris was saying with the little tappy stuff. Bill used to hit those fucking bass drums hard because this is before triggers. And he used to hit those bass drums hard with just the same amount of speed as people go today. I mean, he was incredible. He was just a gift.
And an even better human, so cheers to Billy, man.
Right.
Bob wants to know about these fucking Dying Fetus bare knuckle, white knuckle rap tracks. Dude, I have no idea how to find them, dude, at this point in my life. I'd have to ask Frankie Mitz to fucking find them.
I think it's Knuckle Duster. I think
it's Knuckle White.
Knuckle White, was it? Knuckle Duster's a band, though. So long ago.
Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here in a minute. Chris, what kind of cigar are you smoking today? Oh, you already asked that.
I said that. Diesel Unlimited Maduro.
Philippa says, Switzerland loves us. Yes, we love Switzerland,
We love Switzerland. We want to get
We can't wait
back.
to come back, man. It's one of our favorite fucking places, dude. That last show we played there was off the chain.
You and Lorinda are like #1 fans. We love you.
Bring us weed, too, please, if you live there. I guess that's really it, man. We're going to fucking wrap it up here in a minute. I saw one more good question about artwork.
And then I'm going to ask Chris a question.
Uh-oh.
We're going to interview each other.
Oh, brother.
Yep.
Chris Pravelis, I know you've done all the artwork and layout designs for IB's albums. What's your personal favorite on all the ones you worked on? And explain the direction behind your artwork for IB, please.
Oh, God. I'm gonna say that Corrupting Influence is actually my favorite album cover and design. Why? I think because it covers everything. It's the first album cover that literally covers every song that's on the album, and it's completely tied in, and it's not. It goes completely against what everybody else is doing. With everybody else is doing the 9-headed monster raping a girl or whatever kind of crap. This was like.
This only has 8 heads on it.
Right. But that album cover literally represents every song on the album, and it's one of my favorites. And I don't know. I think that's my favorite. I mean, Extinction of Benevolence. I like that album cover too. That was kind of ahead of its time because I was doing Photoshop work before a lot of people were because
I like the
was,
logo on that one. I like the font that the logo's in.
That was my business. That's my business. I mean, I'm in graphic design, so I was a little ahead of the curve. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed all the album covers, all the albums I worked on, but I think Corrupting's my favorite album cover. I like the emotion in it, and I like that it represents. There's every single song is represented on that album cover.
A couple little hidden secrets in there that only the band knows about too.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Andre says, love from Portugal. Hopefully someday we'll come to this tiny country. Yes, we would love to, man. We've only had a layover at the airport in Portugal once, and
That's
stood
not
on the...
true.
You guys played there?
No, I was in Portugal when I was 14 years old.
Oh, all right.
I stayed in a hotel and I watched an old man break it. I watched an old man break his hip on the diving board, and they had to pull him out in an ambulance. That's all I remember from Portugal. And the bread. The bread was so fucking good.
I love Portuguese bread.
Oh my god. I want to go to Portugal because I love port. Port goes great with cigars, and I need to go to Portugal and have like real port, like a real good 20 port. You know?
All right, let's wrap this horse shit up.
All right. Well,
what do you got?
Okay, so ready? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite Metallica song?
Oh man, Of Wolf and Man.
What album?
Black Album.
Why?
Because of the riffs. It's probably the most important to the way I actually play the guitar physically. You know, everyone wants to say that's, you know, Master of Puppets is like the best and most intricate, and Ride the Lightning is the most, you know, influential, and the most pissed off is Justice. And those are all correct. But I think just for what I turned into as a guitar player, the Black Album taught me the most.
How did you learn to play guitar?
Same, the Black Album. Literally just figuring it out. And
did you ever take any lessons or anything?
yeah, when I was a kid, I took a few lessons that didn't go anywhere. And then when I was about 13 again, I picked up a guitar and made... I don't know how I tuned it. Tuned it, I guess, to the CD that I thought was tuning it. And I just got tabs on the internet, you know, early AOL days. And, you know, Kill 'Em All songs and Black Album songs that I like, that didn't look too complicated on the tabs.
Did you ever play with a metronome?
Never.
Did you... So it was always about Metallica for you?
Yeah, the
Okay.
best. Best of the best. I mean, you know, my parents cranked the Beatles and Springsteen and the Stones and show tunes and Motown shit.
Does
when I
that
was a
ever
kid.
creep into your music? You think?
Yeah, probably. I mean, definitely Beatles stuff, and arrangement-wise is why I know how to write verse, chorus, verse songs, is because of the Beatles, you know?
Okay.
But as far as, you know, making guitars and stuff seemed cool to me, Metallica was the reason, you know? And then, you know, that turns into, you find Pantera and Slayer, and then you find Sepultura, and then you find Obituary and Suffo, and then you find Dying Fetus and IB, and it goes from there and there and there and there, you know?
Robert Driver asks a good question. How many have you seen many IB tattoos and the best ones?
Well, our singer happens to have the best one I've ever seen.
Which is right on his head.
He's got the fucking Tribal #1 logo tattooed on his beautiful dome, and he got it before he was even in the fucking band. So that was technically a fan tattoo. Definitely sealed the deal for us as far as fucking wanting him in the band to be our singer. I went, well, he's a walking billboard too, so might as well get him in.
I think it's pretty. I've seen
a few over the years,
okay.
man. There's a few.
Yeah.
I've seen a few Tribals. I've seen Timmy Becker has straight up the logo right on his forearm, the big red logo right here. Cool as fuck, man. I've seen a few people that have artwork based off stuff. Joe Mitchell, I think he has like a shotgun and it says
Yeah,
like
he has
They're
the
Gonna
falling
Conquer or
down. No,
something.
falling down.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's falling down on it. Right. And I think he's even got. I've seen a few people with Billy tattoos, Billy tribute tattoos.
It's pretty wild to think that
Yeah.
people would actually sacrifice their skin,
Alter their body forever
for IB.
for this stupid art that you guys
There's a good
started
question.
and did.
Robert Driver right here.
Favorite
bands that aren't metal.
Well, here's mine. Silver Sun Pickups. They kind of sound like Smashing Pumpkins, kind of, but I think they're 100 times better. I like a lot of, you know, that synthwave stuff.
Me too.
The Midnight and
Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode. And, you know,
It's not what. Yeah, so what you're wearing now.
Gunship and FM 84 and things like that.
Would you consider Coheed metal?
Coheed and Cambria turned into a metal band. They've been like embraced by like the metal community, so that's why I didn't say it. Coheed and Cambria is one of my favorite bands on planet Earth. but they started in like the post-hardcore
Yeah,
emo
yeah.
scene. Their associated band, the number 3. They used to be on Metal Blade. They're not a metal band, but they're awesome. Yeah, Depeche Mode is one of my all-time favorite bands.
Some of my favorites that are non-metal are Public Image Limited. Like you said, Depeche Mode, New Order, Echo and the Bunnymen. I like a lot of jazz, like Mahavishnu Orchestra. I like a lot of Al Di Meola stuff.
He's from Long Island, right?
New Jersey,
Oh,
close enough. So
Di Meola.
there's a lot of non-metal that I like. I like Boston. Boston's a great band. Tom Scholz is like an amazing guitar player, and the whole band was great. You know, there's a lot of non-metal that I like and that I take influence from. You know.
cool. Let's wrap it up. Last one. Ready? Who made that logo, Chris? And how did it come about? Good question by David Garcia.
All right, David. I came up with that logo at work. I was working at a place called Austin Sculpture. I don't remember what year it was. In the early 90s. And I typed out the words internal bleeding in Helvetica extra bold. I fixed all the spacing and all that stuff. And then I traced over it with the blood splatters. And then at that point, there was no like high resolution scanning or anything like that. So I sent it out to a person to have it scanned with a high resolution scanner and had it made. And that's where the logo came from. I mean, it was like half computer and half my hand drawing, but that's where it came from.
Wow, pretty cool. All right, so I think we're going to wrap it up, man. Thank you guys for fucking hanging out with us this afternoon. There was a lot of viewers before. It definitely dwindled down. Appreciate you guys fucking hanging out with us. Go on our fucking website, which is
www.internal-bleeding.com.
pick up some merch. Everybody's fucking hurting right now, dude. Our fucking jobs are slow as fuck. We missed out on a fucking big tour that got canceled. So if you guys pick up a shirt or a poster, it goes a long fucking way. So check that shit out. Go on our Facebook page and watch the video of us in Japan. And I don't know, keep checking back here, man. We keep posting stuff. As soon as quarantine's over, we'll fucking start planning tours again and one-off shows and whatnot. And that's it. Watch WrestleMania tonight. Hit me up on my fucking personal page. Hit Chris up on his personal page. And I don't know, smoke
Cheers.
weed and get drunk, man. I don't know. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh, wait.
Social distancing.
Yeah. You touch your phone. I'm not touching it.
All right. Good night.